Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, July 23rd, or good afternoon if you are on the East Coast or anywhere else in the world. On this episode today, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips on Embarkation Day to make the new process much easier for you. And then we're going to be going over the 2025 Alaska cruise season. There's some amazing ships coming to Alaska for Princess for 2025, and the itineraries are amazing. There are 2 new ones that I'm really excited about, which I'll tell you guys about later on. But first off, I want to talk about this new embarkation process and go over some information just to make sure it's clear and you understand what the new process is going to be like starting on August 1st. I made a video on this on a Wednesday, which I'll link right above. But to make it clear, the green lane are just for guests who have completed all the steps of the traveler checklist and have had their medallion shipped to them. So yes, that is only for United States and Puerto Rican citizens only. And if you did book the Princess Plus or Premier, if you are from the United States or Puerto Rico, the $10 medallion shipping fee is waived. If you did not purchase the Princess Plus package and you're in the US or Puerto Rico, you will have to pay the $10. So that comes to the people that are overseas, international guests that don't live in the US or Puerto Rico. Yes, you can still order your medallion online, but even though you have the Princess Plus or Princess Premier, you will not be able to be in the green lane. For those international guests, they have always picked up their medallion at the cruise port. So yes, just because you will be in the blue lane, sorry, my apologies, it is confusing, you still will have to pick up your medallion at the port like you had before. You're just going in a different line. Yes, it might seem like Princess is choosing to do it their way. They have not been able to get it cheap enough for them to ship the medallions overseas. They have talked about it before where they are trying to make it cost effective for people for them to ship their medallions overseas. Who knows when this might happen? They've been talking for it for a couple years. So let's hope one day soon we're able to ship the medallions overseas so it's less confusing for people. One more quick thing and we'll get into the 5 tips. I just want to talk about the boarding process. The boarding process will be the same way. So no matter if you're in the green lane or the blue lane, boarding process is still going to be by status. So you're going to have the elite, the platinum, and the suite guests board first still. So the boarding process is still going to be the same. So just wanted to point that out one more time, that the boarding process is still the same way. So you take that for what it is, but I believe this is going to make it a better process to board the ship on your first day on a Princess cruise. Tip number 1 are for people that are in the blue lane. Make sure you have all the required information on the app for them to process and make sure it's ready for them like you did before to be in the green lane. So that includes your personal information. Make sure you accept the passenger contract. Make sure you have all the travel documents uploaded that you're supposed to. Make sure you have a security picture for them. So all you have to do on embarkation day when you're going to check in is to pick up your medallion. If you have all that process already finished, it should be a smooth process coming for you in the future on check-in. If you don't have that filled out, the line will get backed up. So let's try to make sure all the information is filled out that is required. Just like you done before to get in the green lane, just fill it out. So all you got to do when you get in that blue lane is that you pick up your medallion. Tip number 2, since there's no more embarkation time slots that you have to choose on the app, the embarkation check-in process is now allowing you to show up at any time you want to during the check-in process. For my cruise in October, the check-in process starts at 11 till 2:30. So my advice is to show up just a little early, around 10 to 11 o'clock for the check-in process. And then if you can't make it then, show up at 1:30 to 2:30. Just make sure you make it in time before the 2:30 check-in closure so you make the ship. But those times should have the less crowds. From 11 to 1:30 is normally when the crowds back up at check-in. So that's my advice. Check in early or come later in check-in process. Tip number 3, once you have boarded the ship and you're looking for something to eat for lunch, do not head up to the buffet. You can head up to the Lido deck, go check out Slice, go check out the Salty Dog Grill, head down to the MDR main dining room, or even better, go get some pizza at Alfredo's or Gigi's Pizzeria. I made a video the other day showcasing these 5 locations that you can go get lunch on your first day in Embarkation. So I'll link that up above so you can check that out as well. But definitely miss the buffet for lunch. Everybody heads up to the buffet. Check out the less crowded places. There's so much amazing food on Princess Cruise Line. Tip number 4, go explore the ship and take pictures. The staterooms won't be ready till around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So after lunch, make sure to go explore the ship. Go learn where things are at. Go see where the lounges are. Go see where your shows are going to be at. The Princess Theater is amazing to go look at. Go up to the Lido deck. Just sit down by the pool and just enjoy the ship. And around 2 o'clock, your stateroom should be ready so you can go up there and enjoy your room. Tip number 5, make sure you do the safety and e-muster drill right when you get on board or right after lunch. It's a really simple process. It takes less than 5 minutes. You can watch a little video on your app or up in your stateroom. Just make sure you do that right away. It makes the process for your sailing much easier. And then you will have to go to your mustard station for about a minute or 2 just to check in. Sometimes they will show you how to put on a life jacket, but that just literally takes a minute or 2. So just make sure you do your e-muster drill. It makes the process much easier for the ship to get ready to depart on your wonderful cruise. So those are my 5 embarkation tips to help you make embarkation day process much easier, less painful, and more enjoyable. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to be going over the Alaska 2025 season coming up here just for a couple minutes. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are excited as much as I am for Alaska 2025. So for Alaska 2025, Princess Cruise Lines will have 7 ships in Alaska for the season. You have the Grand Princess, the Caribbean Princess, which is a new ship for Alaska. You're going to have the Ruby Princess, the Royal Princess, the Discovery Princess, the Sapphire Princess, and then the one I'm most excited about is the Coral Princess coming back to Alaska. The Coral Princess is a smaller ship like the Island Princess, so I'm really excited to start going on the Coral Princess for Alaska. Now we're going to get into the itineraries and some of the amazing new itineraries coming out for Alaska. So Princess Cruise Line is going to have 18 different itineraries for 2025 season in Alaska. You're going to have the normal Seattle round trip, and then you're going to have the normal north and south out of Vancouver. But there are some ultimate Alaska cruises that you guys should know about. So there's going to be an ultimate Alaska with Glacier Bay National Park from Seattle for 17 days on the Grand Princess. You're going to go to Ketchikan, Juneau, Skagway, Glacier Bay. You're going to go up to Anchorage, but you're going to be going to Homer, Alaska, which is a new port. You're going to be going to Sitka, Haines, which most ships don't go there, but some do. You got Icy Strait Point, and then you're ending up in Victoria and then Seattle. So that is on May 6th on the Grand Princess. You're also going to have a 22-night at a San Francisco round trip on the Ruby Princess on June 6th, where you're going to be going to Ketchikan, Wrangler, which is a new port. You're going to Endicott Arms and Don's Glacier. You're going to Haines. You're going to Icy Strait Point. You're going to Valdez, which is a new port. You're going to Anchorage. You're going to Homer, Alaska. You're going to Sitka, Juneau, Skagway, Glacier Bay, Victoria, and then back to San Francisco. 22 nights. That is June 6, 2025 on the Ruby Princess. And for those of you that are in Los Angeles that used to love to have the round trip Alaska cruise, well, on August 30th, 2025, the Grand Princess is leaving from Los Angeles round trip. You will be going to Juneau, Skagway, Glacier Bay, Sitka, Icy Strait Point, Ketchikan, Victoria, British Columbia, and then heading back to Los Angeles. So it's nice to see Princess listening and bringing back the Los Angeles, Alaska round trip. So far, it only looks like it's that one sailing on August 30th, but I will keep you posted if they change that down the road. And just to list off one more time, from Seattle, round trip, it's going to be the Royal Princess, and it's going to be Discovery Princess, and then the 3 ships doing the North and South will be the Sapphire Princess, the Coral Princess, and then the Caribbean Princess will be doing from Vancouver. Thank you guys for watching, and catch you guys next time. Till then, happy cruising, and have a lovely Sunday afternoon.